Welcome back to the talk tonight. The UN Security Council imposed its fourth and most stringent set of sanctions on North Korea in response to its latest nuclear weapons test. Hours before the UN vote today, North Korea threatened to launch a nuclear strike against the U.S., something military analysts claim they are incapable of doing at this point. Matt Mulcahy is here with me for the talk tonight. And again, you were talking about, Matt, how long this conflict with North Korea has been going on.
Yeah, since the Korean War 60 years ago. And there was an armistice at the end of that war, but issues remained unresolved. The country was split in half, north and south, and they each have their own name that doesn't include north and south because they each think that they're just Korea. And it really has been an up and down relationship with the United States. Even a couple of years ago, there was some hope that there could be perhaps a stand down in these threats of becoming more of a nuclear power and more of a nuclear threat in the world. And that's been the fundamental requirement that the United States and the United Nations has been asking of North Korea for years now, is to stop trying to be a nuclear power. That's not what your position in this world should be. You don't have a free and open society by any stretch. And that's something you have to take a different approach if you want to be respected and be involved economically in the rest of the world's business.
Right, and then I think the ongoing threat is something that, on one end, America feels like they're not actually going to go through with it. And, military analysts think that they don't even have the ability to go through with it. But then on the other end, how do you respond to a threat? Can you really just ignore something as, tangible as saying we're going,
Well, yeah, it's fair to say that the United States government and the president has his security team watching this every day to see how legitimate the threat is and preparing for any and all options that would be required if they took some action, even if it meant maybe attacking a ship off in the Sea of China or something like that in their realm of the world. The Chinese involvement in this is also an interesting piece to it.
Definitely interesting, and so sort of sets this particular situation apart from some of the other ones because, China's really been an ally of North Korea, and now they're, kind of jumping on this sanction bandwagon.
Yeah, and it's important for people to, every once in a while, take a good look at one of these international issues. If you go back to the late 90s, I was actually, when the United States was heavily involved in Bosnia, and I went there with the soldiers from Fort Drum, and I was talking to a general there at the time, and he's like, you never know, and the military never knows what's the next hotspot really going to be. They keep an eye on what's going on around the world, but you never know where suddenly we might be engaged in this other country. And North Korea hopefully won't be anything more volatile than what we're seeing right now.
Great. Thank you for joining me, Matt. We'll be right back with a look at your forecast. That was your Talk Tonight segment. Stay with us.